My name is Jordan Wells, and I am 41 years old. Up until this morning, I believed that I had a 10-year understanding of loyalty. Over time, I helped VIX Systems, a cybersecurity company, grow from a small commerce street office into one of the players in downtown Dallas. I gave it my all. Late weekends, missed birthdays, nights I should have been home, the architecture that kept VIX alive. It was developed by my blood. Half of the personnel in those hallways remained because I stayed. The other half? I trained and mentored them. I earned the respect, the weight that came with my name. I wore it like a second skin. And today, they tore it off in 5 minutes. When I woke up, I assumed it was just another performance evaluation. I even ironed my best shirt. A foolish, subconscious part of me craved the small dignity of looking put together. Shined my shoes. Bianca barely looked up from her phone as she drove the 23 minutes downtown. The radio was low, her mind already elsewhere after kissing me goodbye. I was sifting through project proposals when Jordan, the HR receptionist, informed me that the review had been moved to the larger executive boardroom upstairs, possibly part of Albert's long-standing custom. But as soon as I stepped in, Camille sat at the head of the long, polished table, legs crossed like a queen surveying her court. Her smirk was a bit too broad, her blazer a bit too crisp, and my wife, Bianca, she was there too, relaxing with a coffee cup as if it were Sunday brunch. My partner didn't even nod at me, didn't smile. She raised her cup in a faux toast, as if to say, "Welcome to your execution," before Camille leaned back and uttered it, nonchalantly, like it meant nothing. "You're fired." It went into effect immediately. "Your lover needs your job. Clear your desk today." For a moment, everything stopped, like the oxygen had been sucked out of the room. I blinked, foolishly trying to process. This wasn't a warning, wasn't a demotion. Bianca just laughed, not a trembling laugh, a cruel one. Low, as if she had waited for this. She leaned back and watched me like a hunter. She had loved this moment, loved watching, me thrown off the cliff. I opened my mouth, but nothing came out. What was there to say? I'd been raised better. My father used to say, "A man's darkest hour isn't when he loses. It's when he loses his pride." I stood there, hands tightening, at my sides, jaw clenched. Camille slid a small envelope across the table. "Your severance package," she said. "Security will escort you, just in case." As if I was unstable. "Travis will be relocating to your office," she added, like it was a cherry on top. Travis, the shallow, flashy type. A human LinkedIn profile in a luxury suit. The kind of guy who thought charm could replace competence. He once ranted about Bitcoin at a Christmas party, drunk on bourbon. And now he was taking everything I'd built. I gave a small, mechanical nod, because anything more would have broken me right there in front of them. So I turned and left the room. The door clicked behind me. I walked the hallway like it was a coffin lid closing. 10 years. 10 years of my life. I helped design those tables, taught staff, bled for a few heads. Some employees looked up with wide eyes. Others avoided eye contact. The whispers moved faster than light in places like this. Thank God Jordan from HR didn't meet my eyes in the elevator. She may have whispered, "I'm sorry," or maybe she just breathed it. The elevator crept to the ground floor, dragging me out of the empire I helped build. I was rigid, barely breathing. Imagine a man overthrown without a trial. The Dallas sun was too bright, the streets too sharp. I found my car on autopilot, sat there with the engine humming beneath me, hand trembling as I pressed the key. I didn't scream, didn't punch the steering wheel, because a memory surfaced. A sealed envelope. Albert's. Wrinkled fingers. 3 years ago. His voice low. Serious. Keep this safe. When the company forgets who built its foundation, you'll know what to do. I gazed at the VIX tower, its gleaming windows against the sky. They thought they laughed me out of the building. But they didn't know. The door wasn't locked. I still had a key in my pocket. When we returned, every look was a spark for gossip. Jordan clutched her clipboard like it was a shield. I held my head high. Let them stare. I'd earned that right, even after a decade of all-nighters they treated dignity like a disposable resource. Camille had replaced all the glass cubicle walls last year, made betrayal transparent. No one dared show pity, because that might be a career death sentence. Travis was already there, standing in front of what used to be my office, smiling like a man who'd won something, hair slicked back, wearing a suit that probably cost more than my wardrobe. As we approached, he raised his hand in a mock salute. Thanks for warming it up. For me, buddy. I looked at him, and then I opened the door to my former office. One last time. Everything was still there. My diploma, my awards, the framed photo of me shaking hands with my father the day I became director. My throat tightened, hands cold. I picked up a box, began packing. No slam doors, no profanity, no performance, just quiet finality. A flash drive, a photo, a few fragments of a life I had built. Young analysts peeked over monitors. Some looked devastated. Most just stayed silent, because sympathy was a liability. I opened the bottom drawer. My fingers brushed something taped underneath, a sealed manila envelope, unopened for 3 years. I pulled it out. It felt heavy, heavier than it should. Inside, a document. Albert Mendez's final gift, ownership transfer, principal owner of VIX Systems, through a silent LLC he created to protect the builder from the destroyers. Camille didn't know. Bianca didn't care. Travis was too arrogant to question anything. They thought I was gone, but they forgot the foundation. Builders don't leave. We wait, and we rebuild. I walked out. Let them believe they won. The elevator doors closed. I touched the envelope in my jacket. It was real, and I wasn't done. Not by a long shot.